Sad. I should fart.
It was me.
That's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't bring that.
Hello, guys.
There's nobody on.
That's fine. Just keep going. Just start it.
Welcome. Happy Monday. This is our first of our 8-part Mondays Teen series where you ask us teens questions, just teen to teen.
Always any questions you guys have, because right now there's so much misinformation and we want to be there for you guys, because how else are people going to be able to change if they're not able to ask questions? And that's what we're also going to be going into why we started writing this book, because we started our podcast like in the pandemic, right? Then we just me and him, we started the podcast, but everyone was worried about their health, and so
yeah, and especially because there was just so much misinformation during COVID, and it was just so difficult to just like process all this information. And we wanted to create the Holistic Kids Show to create a space where just kids can learn from kids, because we knew that a lot of kids weren't going to listen to adults. So we wanted kids empowering kids.
yeah, and right now statistics are, in statistics, investing in adolescent health and well-being are transforming global health for generations to come. According to the Lancet, as evidence shown that actually behaviors that start in adolescence can determine health and well-being for a lifetime. Actually in 2005, the NEJM predicted that for the first time in history, our kids are expected to have shorter lifespan spans than their parents.
Crazy.
And now 20 years later, nearly 1 in 2 kids have a chronic condition and mental health struggles. And now mental health struggles are on the rise. I mean, me and Zan, we see it in high school all the time. In 2025, the Lancet Commission on Adolescent Health and Well-being is now also saying, or at least 3/4 of adolescents experience depression, also anxiety, right? I mean, we know in our schools that's so common, and I think every other school. And now 1 in 3 teen girls actually have seriously thought of suicide. And so even pediatrics are coming out. The American Academy of Pediatrics said that they actually issued a joint declaration of a national emergency in child and adolescent mental health. This is a problem, and that's why we're here. Any question, whether you're an adult, a kid, a teen, we're here to answer any questions. 20 minutes a day. We want to hear what you guys have, because we know how challenging it was for us 10 years. The only way we were able to get to this point was by asking questions. And right now, we have to start asking the question, why are we getting sick? And I think Zan can say some things about that.
And it really is important about what you eat, what you're putting into the body. Eating the wrong food and not enough of the right food, with close to 70% of all kids, their diets are all ultra processed. It's terrible. These kids these days.
And so these food-like substances are actually causing blood sugar spikes that lead to glycation. There's inflammation, oxidative stress. Basically, so many factors affecting our body, and yet nobody's trying to figure out what the root cause is. That's what we want teens to start doing, because the more that we just accept what's happening, the more that we're going to continue to dig ourselves into a deeper hole. Things need to change now. Scientists actually estimate that there are at least 300,000 edible plant species out there. Yet we're stuck eating broccoli and Brussels sprouts. And yes, I know that's literally all teens know as vegetables. I'm pretty sure there's broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and carrots. Yeah, those are the 3 main foods that teens think of as vegetables.
Yeah, especially because today kids don't even think about vegetables or fruits into their diets. They just knock it off. Instead, they have veggie sticks and all these ultra processed foods that either advertises healthy or they know it's not good for them, but they continue to eat it because they're addicted.
So what are we supposed to do? You might be asking yourself, what the heck am I supposed to be doing? Eat real food. Eat food that will balance your hormones, hormones and blood sugar. Nourish the gut. Just eating nutrient-dense foods. And right now we live in an age where most people think that the only nutrient-dense food is whatever they find in the grocery store. And yet there's so much more. There's fiber, fats, proteins, veggies. Just eat the rainbow. There's so many colors of the rainbow that kids are now missing out. Like, Imad, what's your favorite color of the rainbow to eat?
My favorite color of the rainbow is probably going to be like green because I like the seaweed. It's just really like crunchy and delicious. Also helps us so many benefits.
Yeah, I really like maybe like yellow, like lemons, or even like orange mangoes and like carrots, as well as some really delicious green fruits and vegetables like cucumbers and kale and like all this like stuff that's actually quite tasty.
And right now we're living in a time where there's toxins all around us. We might think this is, some people that have been living a longer time, are like our mom's generation, to put it better. Our mom's generation, they didn't have to live with all these toxins around them. And well, not as much as we have now.
Yeah, now it's so bad.
And so now there's over 80,000 toxins, toxic chemicals daily that our bodies are exposed to. And we think that, because we can't see it, it doesn't affect us. Well, actually, in fact, it can lead to clogging the liver. Now our liver has to work to detoxify the body. And when it has to try to detoxify the body starts to break, eventually there's a point where the liver can't take it. And that's when the body starts to shut down. And a lot of the diseases now we see in high school are actually caused and toxins are contributing to those diseases. So that's something that we need to fix, something we need to address, and something we need to do more research on and actually start asking questions. I mean, that's why on our podcast, 200 episodes, we were asking questions. We went to experts.
Yeah. I did 200 episodes of our podcast, just talking to these experts, learning from them, implementing into our lives. And we just did this all just to help you and help us, because we're all on the same mission, just to live a healthier lifestyle so we can create a ripple effect that'll change the world.
Yeah, because nobody wants to live an unhealthy life. Right now, stress. 75% of US high schoolers actually experiencing boredom, anger, sadness, fear, stress. While in school, that's unusual. On a 10-point scale, the average teen rates their stress at 5.8. Now it's being normalized to have this kind of stress, and this is not okay. We shouldn't be normalizing having stressful lives, and then that leading to unmanaged stress. I know teens, they think, oh yeah, I'm a little stressed, I can deal with it. And we don't know how to deal with it. All we do is we just push it to our side and keep powering on. According to the CDC, more than 70% of American teenagers do not get enough sleep. And I can 100% attest to this. I know kids in my class that are getting 5, 6, 3 hours of sleep just because.
Yeah, like in my school, they're like bragging on how many hours they got, how many hours they played. And I'm like, that's not a good thing. Like, oh, I got like a couple hours of sleep because I was like scrolling the whole time. I'm like, that's not good.
So it's really sad that we have come to this. So we're bragging about this. So, yeah. So that's why we want to create this, because we want to help everyone grow. So what we're going to do with this series is you guys are going to ask us questions. Either it's about the book or it's about real life, but please just ask us questions.
I'm like answering these questions, like it could be about a book. Yeah, but like our book is like, I'm just gonna like break it down. If you want to get our book, it's like, for our book, there's like 3 sections, like why I've seen suffering. There's like revolution part that I like break it down, like each and every chapter is like their own acronym. Yeah.
Yeah,
and it
we
makes
should-
it more fun for kids.
we should put so when people join to ask questions because that's what so that when people come they ask questions.
What?
Yeah, make sure to ask questions. Ask questions. The book. We also have recipes. Recipes. I added some jokes. This is my
Yeah,
book.
quotes, stories, all these different things just to make it more relatable for like in every team. So yeah.
It's definitely awkward. And then we all like recipes, shopping lists, because nowadays there's so much stuff on the internet, and yet for some reason we can't find what we need, especially when it comes to eating well, eating like not just healthy, but eating nutrient dense foods that are actually going to help your body and not hurt it. Because actually, the more that we're mindful, the more progress can be made.
Mm-hmm. So just starting each day with some breaths, or whenever you have like a test coming out, just take some deep breaths to really, and like just before you do anything, just think about what you're doing at that moment and just be mindful about everything.
Especially because right now we say this in the book. Our our minds and bodies are not ours.
The book.
Yeah. In our book, we say our minds and bodies are not ours. As teens, we think we have control of our lives because we want control, and yet at this point, tech companies, ultra processed food companies control us. We're living out like unbalanced lifestyles. We need to, we see kids in our class bouncing off the walls after they have some candy, acting like this is normal. This change needs to happen. In our book, we go through simple stuff that anybody can do, whether you're 10 years old, you're 15, you're 13, you're 12, or even you're 30, 20, you're like even 60s, or you're
Yeah, basically any age.
yeah.
This.
Mhm.
So I mean, we made it specifically for teens, but this does not exclude anyone. Anyone can take this and use this as valuable information because health is for everyone's bodies.
Mhm.
We shouldn't. So that's why we made this book, just specifically for teens, because they're really neglected for when it comes to this type of health, but really for everyone.
Yeah, because we've had a lot of people. They can, can we also read this book? It's like yes, even if you're even if you're like in your 20s, in your 30s, even if you're in your 50s,
Yeah, any
age, because this we wanted it to be simple. We were trying to read health nutrition books and we got bored. Even though we're doing this for 10 years, we couldn't read like some of the more lengthy information. Like they talk about this research and they talk about that. They talk about, like nobody wants to read that. It's hard to understand. Also, we couldn't implement it into our lives. We wanted to do that. So we decided, take all the expert info we know, share it with the world, put it in something simple, easy, because nobody wants to read something difficult. Because that's boring.
Yeah,
Nobody
like
wants
one big page
Yeah.
with like all of these supplements, like do this, do that. No, that's we had jokes just to make it like fun. Illustrations as Zan did.
Yeah, because health should not be boring.
It should not. I mean, we do have a lot of information here that can just be really helpful, but we did want to shorten it down so it's bite sized for every person.
So
Also-
any questions? Also,
So-
make sure to like put it
I know.
down.
So at this live, basically, we want to just give maybe some sneak peeks, or just like mentioning about the book. And what we really want to do is that we really want to inform the audience. So like, if you guys have any questions at all, just like tell us during these lives. It's just a time where we can just talk to you guys. So yeah.
Yeah, anything, because we've had people come up to us and be like, especially when it comes to people's like a lot of parents have no clue what they want answers and they need some guidance. We've go to conferences where your parents come to us like, how did you do this? Our child doesn't want to do anything. They're like they only want to eat they only want to eat junk food. They only want to eat unhealthy food. And we realized how much the world needs this and how much information that we have, especially because our amazing mother, was able to teach us so much. So we're also sharing her parenting tricks to everybody else.
Yeah. Because
So
we are the result of her parenting.
so
So wise. So wise.
So we're going to today's going to be a little bit short. To end off, which is going to go quickly through each week, we're trying to focus on one letter or of our acronym revolution. Ahmad, you got that?
Yeah, I got that. Okay. So let me talk about the revolutionizing the gut.
So first, we're gonna say R. R is to revolutionize the gut. During this, we talk about how we really want to optimize and heal our gut, because really health starts in the gut, and especially because our brain and our gut is connected. It's really sad that we always ignore the gut because it's such a big part of our body.
The gut holds, I think, 70% of the immune system, maybe 80%. Okay. So that's why it's really important, because the immune system helps us fight the bad guys and the good guys, with the good guys.
And letter E, then we're going to talk about how to eat real food, because if you know us, you know how much we like to talk about real food. And I mean, everyone should really like real food because it's real food. And especially because real food, it just has all the nutrients that we need.
Also, just to make it quick, V, vanquish toxins. We're gonna go through vanquishing toxins. O, optimizing stress management. L, loving and loving and uniting each other.
No, yeah, loving nature.
Yeah, loving
Yeah,
nature.
So
loving
we should really love nature because we were made for nature.
Mhm.
Uniting with others. We're us humans are social creatures.
Tech
So we need
limits.
to. so we
I can finish this. Oh yeah.
So we need to be able to talk to everyone, just like kindly, respectfully, everything like that. But
Which is open to gratitude and purpose. And N, navigating it was navigating discussions as well. Okay.
You skipped investing in sleep, which is really important too.
Yeah. It's all in the book. We
So each episode
The
we'll talk
book.
more about it.
Mhm.
Obviously, this is just a preview episode, live.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Any questions?
I think that's pretty. We can't wait to see you next episode
Please
or
come.
next. We can't wait to see you next live stream. Bring your questions. We're ready. We have 20 minutes each week.
Yeah.
Mondays.
Challenge us.
Not too much, like short, simple, anything actually.
Yeah, anything. Just ask us questions.
But
Remember,
remember,
a list of like 100 questions.
but it's fine. It's okay. So bring any question you have for us that you want to know. If you're a teen, we're 100%. We want to answer your questions. Alright, stop. So, but thank you all for joining us today. I'm Abdullah.
I'm Zayn.
I'm Ahmad.
And join us next time, next Monday, 5:00 sharp. We're gonna hopefully sharp. But hopefully sharp. We're gonna start the next 20-minute one, and we can't wait to see you there.
Can't wait to see you there. Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
So it's our first episode. Well, not episode, but
We're getting used to streaming.